This is a Matos Designs production.
Like your line, I like your prices. There's a problem. There's no guarantee on the box.
You can't hang out with chickens and expect to soar with eagles.
And here are your hosts,
JR and Brian.
And I am not done. Part 5.
What is up, Brian? You like Carl making us a new intro?
That is cool.
It's pretty
That is cool. And you know what? We also have a new editor. So if I say you big poopy head, he's going to put hey in front of it.
Hey.
So,
Hey, or
well,
Jordan.
so I'm here with Brian as normal, like we used to do this. This is 2 weeks in a row. This one's a little late, but that's because Brian went out of town to the Utah Mini, but it gives us something to talk about. So, Brian, we have a special guest. Who do we got here with us?
we do. We have Zane Rasmussen. How'd I do? Okay, good. We were hanging out down there in Utah, just outside of Salt Lake City in Lehigh. Is that right? At the most amazing venue I think I have ever seen. This place was the bomb. So we'll have pictures of it and kind of some pictures throughout that our editor can throw in there as we're talking about them. So I didn't take much for pictures, so I got to find somebody that did because
I told you to.
I know you did. I'm sorry. I was
like, take short videos and pictures, so the editor had some cool stuff to put in.
I know, and I'm terrible. I'm terrible with my phone. Every year I say I'm going to take pictures at Expo. I don't take pictures at Expo. I take pictures at Trans World. I don't take pictures at Trans World. So
I do have some photos because, as usual, Jordan's in the little room and then sending in the group chat people that fall asleep during presentations.
What's falling asleep?
with them.
I believe we have a napping photo of the Mirandas.
Yeah, they had a rough night over there at the Nash's house.
It got crazy in Utah. That doesn't normally happen.
Oh, it got crazy at the Nash's.
So, all right. Besides partying at
Anyways.
the Ashes, let's get into a little bit about the Utah Mini. So, do you remember the place it's at, Brian? You say it's amazing.
Young Living, right? Wasn't it? Is there more to it?
I've been there. Yes.
I know.
You know why that place is so nice?
Because old people buy essential oils.
No, because Maggie sells so much essential oils for them.
Is that it? I knew essential oils was in there for a reason.
Actually, I don't even know if that's the brand Maggie sells or if she still sells those, but
I don't know.
That was
This
the
place
joke last year.
amazing. Yeah.
that place is cool with the water. That was your first time, huh?
That was, yeah. Now, Zane, how many times was that your first time going to this one?
Third time. We've had it there 3 years now.
3 years. Okay. Because before it was in whose garage?
The very first year we had it was just in like a warehouse. Someone Jordan knew. The
Yep.
second year was Thanksgiving Point, which is there in Lehigh too. It's just a big walk around venue, weddings and stuff.
It's that place with the water tower, Brian.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we probably met in person before then because I was there last year. So maybe. I don't know.
Possible.
That was
I go to a lot of things and I meet a lot of people.
I meet a lot of people.
failed escape room.
Oh, that's right.
Jordan set up. Yeah.
I wasn't there last year, was I? No, I was.
No, you were there last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted to go
So,
last year. And I
That's
couldn't make
right. We were in the waiting room together, waiting to go into an escape room that was not scheduled for us.
Right.
it. Oops.
Was there an escape room this time?
There was. We went to it's a venue
in
that
the heck
has
was-
like mini escape rooms.
Escape
there's-
room games.
Yeah.
What the heck was the name of it? I took a picture. I did take a picture of it. That was before you told me to take pictures of it.
Oh, so once I tell you to, it's like, oh, screw that.
And then yeah,
Yeah.
then I shut the phone off. No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
I think it was Alcatraz. I think it was.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
maybe I
pretty cool.
didn't take.
So
I
there was a
lied.
reservation and everything went good.
Yeah, this
Yep.
just come whoever. It's split with a trampoline park.
Trampoline room.
You can just
This
go in.
building was like.
So
3
Jordan
blocks
went to the
long.
trampoline park, right?
He did.
He didn't have the
Well,
right
the-
socks. You had to have the right socks.
And
The
you
grippy
lost him
socks.
for half an hour, like with your kid. I've been to places with Jordan. I understand how it is. We walk into the museum every year at Trans World, and it's like I want to put an air tag on him because he's gone as soon as we go in, and then we don't see him until the end of the night.
I think that did actually get brought up with putting an air tag on him. I think David may have mentioned that.
Well,
but
he
yeah,
always
this
has an air tag on him.
Yeah.
And it's
This
weird.
place,
Like there's an air tag following me, and be like, oh no, it's just Bree watching Jordan, making sure he doesn't get lost. We love you, Jordan. Sorry.
but this place, and I'm gonna have to Google the name of it. I can't remember for the life of me. But the building was like what, 3 blocks long, Zane, and
It was big, yeah.
the
sure.
entire
Big.
right half of it was all of these escape room games, and you had to do a lot of them had like three rooms to it, and you'd have to solve the puzzle in the room to make it to the next room. Some of them were a little jacked up, they were broke, wasn't working right, but for the most part it was pretty awesome. There wasn't a whole lot of airflow back there, but the rooms were really cool, done up and stuff. So some of them didn't have quite enough hints to kind of get you going, but it wasn't bad. That or I wasn't paying attention.
Brian, were you worried when you showed up to this place? Did people have athletic gear on and you're
that was brought up. LOR wasn't there when their athletic gear, but
It's aerobics and gymnastics.
it was pretty casual place. There was a lot of people that were just, shorts, tennis shoes, t-shirts. So
I did fill out the paperwork to possibly open a franchise of the Activate place. It does mention $15 million on their thing. It doesn't say that the franchise cost $15 million.
I heard it had a lot of zeros behind it.
Well, it wants to know if you have like enough assets and all this other stuff. I guess if for the insurance purposes, it's not you need 15 million to get the franchise.
Yeah.
And it has to do with like the building that you're leasing and stuff, and that owner has to have. So it's like a combo of things. So I sent the paperwork in. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
I don't have that kind of money, but let's just see what the real numbers are.
Yeah, it was really awesome over there. And this one, I kind of enjoyed this place a little bit better because it wasn't so physically driven.
Oh, physical activity makes me so sick.
my fat
Don't Jordan.
Hey!
Take care of that. But it actually had like the bars in the front of the mental ability and the physical ability, and it had percentage 0 to 100%. So yeah, there were some that were quite a bit, and then there was some that weren't any. But the room, the floor is lava. Did you do that one, Zane?
I don't think so. I didn't make that one.
Oh, I can't hear. I didn't.
Oh.
I don't know if that was me or not.
I didn't make that one. Tried a bunch of them, but didn't get to all of them.
Did that have an interactive floor like the Activate place?
No, it just, the floor is red. You just have to stay on either the ladders in the chutes and ladders. You had to stay on the ladders. And then the second one, you had like really skinny rails that you had to walk on, and there was 3 different paths you had to take, and you had to hit the buttons on each of those paths to open up the door to go into the next room. But that's where it was broke at. But the floor had a sensor on it that would mark you dead or player has died, and you have to start over. So you have to exit the room, shut the doors, and then go back into the room. So
that was Friday.
That was Friday after lunch. Yeah.
Where'd you guys go to lunch? Did you go to that place again? The Brazilian steakhouse?
No.
No?
Cafe Rio.
Isn't that the Brazilian steakhouse?
No.
Sounds like it would be.
I don't know.
Did they come around with meat on a stick and like?
How's the kebab?
I know. No, not that. Cafe Rios are all over the place. We got one here. I've just only
Not all
been
over
to
the place.
it
I don't know
once.
what the hell it is.
Chipotle? Do you have a Chipotle or
Yes, we have Chipotle's.
it's like that
Okay, so
same kind of thing.
it's white Mexican food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although if you ordered the right thing, they would like, what in the heck did they do? They went like, ole, or Jordan ordered and he was getting he was getting something with pork and they were like, ooh la la. And I'm like, what? I ordered grilled steak on my thing and I got nothing. I was a little disappointed. So, but it was good
Didn't order
food.
the right thing to get sound effects.
I didn't.
Jordan.
Hey!
Okay, so you went to lunch, then the escape room, and then was that the end of the official like Utah mini events, or did you guys go do more stuff?
Did you go, Zane? Did you go help set up and stuff?
did
I
go
think
help
you were
set
part
up.
of that.
Yeah. Yep. We went and set up for an hour and a half, and then we went to dinner, a barbecue place.
Nice. Yeah, I liked going to Utah. That was fun. I originally couldn't go when it had the other date because it was my daughter's birthday party. And then my wife changed my daughter's birthday party so I could go to the Utah Mini, and then Jordan changed the Utah Mini. Like all within the same like 3 hours. Like Jordan sent me a message. Cecilia literally just told me that like, oh, I changed the painter and she went to the weekend before and you could go to Utah now. And then Jordan's like, oh, we're changing it to this. And I'm like, cool. Well, I'm not going to Utah. So
We missed you for sure.
yeah, I'm a handful. No.
You have taken more pictures.
No, I'm horrible at
No.
taking pictures now too. I used to
Oh.
be really good at taking pictures at these things, but now I talk to people too much. Before
Yeah.
I never talked to people. I was always scared to talk to people. I don't know why, but I was always shy. Now I talk to everybody and forget to take pictures. That's why Jordan takes pictures for me, but then he gets busy and forgets to take pictures. So,
Yeah.
so you guys went to dinner, and then Saturday, you guys start the Utah Mini super early on Saturday.
8:30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy to be
Wait,
in an event
it's-
by 8:30 in the morning.
I was thinking that too, but how the morning worked, it actually worked very, very well for how they had the morning set up.
No, they do a good job with it, and it makes
Yeah.
sense. But just, I'm not a fan of waking up that early for going somewhere that I just flew into the day before. But hey, it works.
Yeah.
Don't change it, Jordan, because I said anything.
No, they got a really good setup. When it started, Jordan did a really cool video of the progression of the Utah Mini. So
Oh.
that's why I couldn't remember how long it had been going and where it started. Because that was like first or second. Who was doing the QC? I can't remember his name for the life of me. Nevada is what they were calling him, or Vegas is what they were calling him. The
Wasn't
MC,
there, Brian?
I'm sorry, not the QC. No, I'm asking Zane. I'm looking down.
The MC, did he have his cat shirt on?
All of your shirts have cats on them?
What is,
What's his name?
Boss.
He's gonna kill me
Mitch.
because I can't remember. Yeah. But
I
he
never
did
gave him such a bad time about the cat shirt. Now he just wears it every year. Gets to own it. Great. I love it.
brings it out just for the mini, probably.
We need to make him a Coro prop with the cats on it.
Cats and
I wonder if
Santa
JoJo
hats.
Coro can make that for me. Free delivery that way. So now you guys had like breakfast snack food and stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like it when the minis feed you all day. It's great.
Yeah, matter of fact, there was food left over at the end. There was
All you can eat.
snack bars and stuff that were still left over, and a ton of pop, soda,
What?
whatever,
Okay.
soda pop. No, there is a ton of pop left. So
Sorry, I like to give Brian a bad time about
my Midwestern talk.
my Midwestern talk, but then we go to Kentucky and he can't handle eating the food. So I don't know if it's
Oh, that
all
stuff
talk
was
or what.
salty. Man, it was salty.
So Mitch was doing the MCing again, which he's pretty good at that.
Yep.
Yep. Very good.
Did you guys do like the introductions and stuff like that again? Everybody kind of got to talk about their display and show it off a little bit.
Mhm.
Yep. We did a show and tell. Yeah. There were 10 or 12 people that shared their shows. And
Wow.
yeah, it was awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, there was a bunch.
Yeah, minis are cool for that stuff. Like you get to see people usually kind of close to you, you know, and you get to see what they do and how they do it and ways you could adapt your stuff, and you could talk to them after they show you all that. Be like, hey, I want to do this. So like I always say, go to a mini because it's awesome. So what kind of classes did you guys have at this one?
There was like introductory to X-Lights, creating a prop. I can't remember. Brian, what was your class called officially?
Creating a model with submodels.
So that's it. Creating a model.
Thanks, Zane. Appreciate it, buddy.
Sorry.
All right.
Oh,
So
you're
Zane was
reusing-
our guest.
You're
He's now...
reusing stuff.
What's that?
You're reusing stuff.
Yeah, basically the one that I
There was
did.
The
Chris,
contract you did for the light show con at
Mini at Sea. There was
Mini at Sea.
where
there
I
was
don't
that
see
contract on a
I got a
napkin.
lot of
You're not
paperwork
supposed
with
to-
writing on it, and it's
You're not
not
supposed
anywhere.
to reteach what we taught there.
I
What
changed
makes
it.
so exclusive. No, there's no.
Well,
The Mini at Sea has no rules.
That's a fact.
Twisted his arm really hard.
I did notice that the pictures I did receive that the prop from the Mini at Sea was on stage. Was that for your class?
That was actually for
Am I jumping ahead? All right, continue on with your class,
Matthews. Yeah, no, that was for Matthews' class, which him and I basically did the same back-to-back classes that we did with Mini at Sea. Mini at Sea. So that was really nice to be able to do. Michael Downey started with the intro to X-Lights. So he kind of took everybody through getting X-Lights, the basics of just the groundwork, basically. That's the word I'm looking for getting X-Lights, and then getting prop on there and being able to put a sequence on that prop. So he did really good with that. And then I followed up with creating a model using light show hubs, build a custom model, and then Matthew went into creating a sequence with models on it and stuff.
Now,
so
Brian doesn't like hearing this, but if you're going to learn how to make a model in the Light Show Hub website, Brian's the best person to teach you. Brian has the current world record for the most models ever made.
Models, and more models.
I think, are we even allowed to say the number?
Jordan did look it up. Well, I'm like, I don't remember what the numbers were. I know there were a lot.
Like 17,000 or something like that?
1,500 props, 300 and some odd thousand clicks on the site.
Yeah.
With making models. Yeah.
Sorry,
a few.
I said 17,000. I was like 1,700.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not that busy. Although I did just get a bunch in my folder today again. So
sounds like you need a new mouse though.
Oh, this one is, I love this one. This is not a sponsor.
You got a green screen.
That is,
we have a mouse sponsor. We have 5 people that listen, and one of them works at the mouse place.
Look at that. It's even red and yellow. I have it set up for red and yellow for my Chiefs. I took it with me because I didn't like Matthew's mouse. When we were Mini at the Sea, I didn't like his mouse. Like, you get used you click a mouse so many times, you get used to it. So I had to bring my mouse. I brought my own mouse.
That's how you know Brian's a professional at making models. He travels with his mouse. The only tool he needs, he'll bring it with him.
Mouse and a screen.
So
I've even used your Chromebook.
That's technically your Chromebook now.
Okay, the Chromebook I have, I've used.
Well, it's the company's Chromebook.
Companies.
So after yours and Matt's joint copy of the Mini at Sea classes, what was next?
Zane, what were the classes? There was another class going on plus 2 builds. but there was another class going on during my class, and then another class going on during Matthew's class.
Yep. We had a couple of breakout rooms. So Rick Harris taught like troubleshooting your show, just giving you some ideas how to fix something that might be goofy or whatever. David Peace did one on differential receivers, just explaining all the ins and outs of that, the difference between dumb and smart receivers, and he had a bunch of examples from other places. And then we had like a vendor showcase. They could all kind of talk about some of the products that they have. So we had a bunch of vendors there, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, the build classes. We had a receiver ammo can build, and then Ken from Wired Watts did a pie hat.
The top hat. Yep.
Top hat that had some, I don't know, LED matrix around
the
it.
flexible
so
matrix. Yep.
Yeah.
I have one of those. And
Do you?
Well, so I had to something for my daughter's class, my son's class. They had like Victorian Day or something. They needed to wear a top hat. And like for their International Day, I made James cutted me a printed Coro sign, and I put lights in it, and he had a lighted sign instead of a regular one. So for his Victorian Day, he wanted a lighted top hat. And this was like 2 days before. So I was like, hey, Ken, you still got any of those from the Florida Mini? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, can you next day air me one? He's like, you serious? I was like, yeah. He's like, you have to put it together. And I was like, sure. So it kind of worked. It worked enough, because that's not I should have sent it to you, Brian, so you could take the class and actually finish it the right way.
Yeah, there you go.
In the short amount of time I had. But yeah, that kit Ken has is pretty cool though. And then I was going to say too, Rick, I know last year's class of like, I learned so much stuff that FPP could do. Rick like knows so much, and I can imagine his class was probably pretty awesome. I would have went to that class instead of watching Brian do the same thing over again.
Yeah, I would have liked to. Hopefully I can see it again.
So who else was there? So Ken was there for Wired Watts. So he did a vendor presentation. Downey, I'm sure, did an RGB man or Permatrack.
Permatrack. He did Permatrack.
And then the bearded one, you did Mattos, right? Or
yep. The Evo Pixels, and then Minor Mendoza from your Pixel store did his new Pixel. So
YPS was there. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he did the 4-wire Pixel.
Yep, he had them. It was hush hush that day. He asked everybody not to say, because his official release was this past Monday. So it was kind of cool.
I'm surprised. I guess that's a good mini to do it at. Like, I trust most of the people at the Utah Mini not to tell secrets.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have flown in the SoCal Mini. It would have been all over the internet that night or live.
Yeah.
Right away. So that was cool. Very cool. 4-wire Pixels are cool. I like them.
David Peace was there for Experience Lights.
Yeah, but he's just.
Who do you think you are, David Peace?
Yeah, he's everywhere. Did he go on stage and talk about his pro stuff and all the new controllers? Or did he hide in the back room with Jordan and send me pictures?
I didn't see him. He didn't do anything in the morning.
So he didn't do a vendor thing?
I was in with Matt, so I'm not sure what he talked about.
That's why I wasn't bringing him up. I knew he wasn't going to.
Yeah.
He probably was trying to finish his presentation right before he had to go up there and didn't quite get it done.
Right before lunch, though, he did do his and Lee's China trip. So that was really cool.
That was
for those who hadn't seen it. Yeah, that was his thing. They had the staged questions.
I didn't know
it seemed like
that venue had an IMAX.
IMAX 3D Films presents Nunchucks. Cool, but useless.
Oh, I've seen it. I've been all over that place.
They had two bottom monitors looking back at you, so you didn't have to turn around and look at it. It was high class.
Yeah. No, I just like giving David a hard time.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So, okay, so you guys had all that. Did you guys do any other classes or after the vendor?
In the morning, we had a Ask the Expert. We had a just
I
panel
forgot all about that. Yep.
people up there. Mark Miranda was up there. Mitch, Rick Harris was up there. Matt and Jordan.
Yep.
Okay, so Rick, Jordan, Matt, that all made sense. But why was Mitch and Mark up there? Their wife should have been up there. They do all the hard work.
Yeah.
Right.
Like their wife should have been on stage answering questions.
Yep.
For promoting your show, Mitch does a really good job.
Oh no, Mitch is
Oh yeah,
Stuff
that's
out
yeah.
there.
some cool stuff.
Something about social media or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So it's just an open forum. They could just ask whatever.
Mhm.
Half of it was FPP questions.
Yeah. FPP, moving heads, FPP again, getting your display out there, and then back to moving heads or back to FPP. So yeah.
Mark and Mitch are just standing there.
Well, commercial. There was a couple questions about commercial setup and or moving your display to a commercial venue.
Oh, so like like they did the zoo and stuff.
Yeah. So, and that was really cool. So,
sorry, I guess I should be a little more like they're my friends, so that's why I'm making jokes for the people that don't know this. I'm not just talking ish. Like I know them, they know me. I made fun of Mitch on this show in his cat shirt because he wore it for us too. So I forgot, like, we haven't done this so long that there might actually be new people that try to listen to this and be like, that guy's an
Jordan. Hey!
no, known him for 4 years at least. For me, I know it's probably longer for you.
All right.
Ish.
So did you guys do anything after the mini besides take your huge group photo in front of the water fountain and the water feature?
Oh
Yeah,
in the giant P5 panel?
No. Went to pizza. What was the wood-fired brick oven type pizza? Wasn't as good as the Kentucky pizza, but it was pretty good. I don't even remember the name of the place. Was it Bojo's?
Yeah, I forget now.
Some beach. I'll have to look at my statement
Brian,
and see what it
I
was.
send you to these things to come back with info, and you're just like, I was there, but I don't remember anything.
I was there, but I had slept. Now, if we did this like Sunday night,
Sunday night, I was ready.
Oh!
You were like, oh, wait, you know what?
You were ready at 9:30 our time. And my wife was going at it.
No, that was last night. Sunday night.
Sunday
I
night.
asked you in the afternoon, and you were like,
when are you guys going to be ready? Oh, yeah, that was me. Because my Sunday night, my wife was going out of town on Monday morning. So it was.
Yeah, we don't need to go into all
family time. It was family time.
Anyway,
Zane is like, man, what did I get myself into?
He's probably like, God, now I remember listening to this, and this was horrible.
You know what he was doing last night? He was actually listening to the Aussies PT that we did.
Oh, so listening to see how bad this actually will be.
So he had an idea.
No.
He was ready to roll for our horribleness. That was actually a really fun episode.
Yeah. After dinner, we went to a place called Dreamscapes. And you went when you came here.
But it moved,
It was
right?
downtown, right? And it's moved to a new location, so it's bigger and better. And
Jordan did a lot of stuff.
Yep, he's on the wall as an artist for it. Yep.
Big letters. Big
He's an
letters.
artist.
Yeah.
As a vocal artist, wasn't he? Did it say vocal artist?
What would he?
Somebody got a picture of it.
Vocal. He wouldn't have be a vocal artist.
I don't know.
Maybe it said local, and you just don't know.
There was a V there. I swear to God. Why didn't I not take a picture of that? Because yeah, his name was like the biggest at the bottom.
Oh man!
So that was fun. They gave us a behind the scenes tour so we could see the tech behind the show, but it's like artists using recycled materials to just kind of design a room, and there's a lore behind it. A little story you can follow as you drive walk through each room, but it's pretty cool.
At first, when you said lore, I was like, it has an LOR controller. I think Jordan would use that. But yeah, that's cool. I liked that place when it was downtown. It seemed pretty cool. And then I've seen Marco Polos from Jordan of like him working on it and doing stuff. So I'm sure it was cool. Brian, did you enjoy that place?
It had its moments. It wasn't my cup of tea. I went through it, I thought, pretty quick, but there was a couple people that went through faster than me because I caught up to them. But it did have its pretty cool moments. It had some old vintage, I'm going to say vintage, God, that makes me sound old, VHS tapes. And I was looking at the movies on the VHS tapes, and I'm like, yep, watch that on VHS, watch that on VHS. Oh, yeah. So, and then old cassettes hanging down. They had a cockpit of a plane. That was pretty cool. There was a kid sitting in the seat, and he wouldn't move for me, so I wanted to sit there, and he wouldn't move. So
sure. You ever been in a cockpit before?
Jordan is not.
No, this was a real little kid. So I mean,
I had to throw that one in there since you're talking about tapes and VHS and.
Oh yeah.
So you had fun. It just you went faster than everybody. Did you get to see the behind the scenes stuff, Brian, or did you walk too fast?
Evidently, I had walked too fast. So I went through it too far. I thought it was over, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. And then it was like a whole nother section that you had to go through. So I mean, there was like the encyclopedia room. Oh my God.
OMG.
Grew up with Encyclopedia Britannicas and stuff, but these were like older than them. So that was crazy. So it had its moments, but
never mind.
For the most part,
old people joke.
I wasn't.
I said, were they rocks?
I was talking. I'm not. I don't hear nothing. So Zane, did you hear anything?
Okay.
I love that I'm bringing Chill back more because you're just. I can't believe I sent Brian to the Utah Mini, specifically told him to take videos and photos, so we had cool stuff to show people in this, and he can't even remember what he did.
Wow, epic fail.
But
I wouldn't even
think
drink
Zane's
it.
here to like correct you when you're like, that's all we did. And then Zane's like, well, we did this class and we did this. And
we had like 3 drinks that entire weekend. So.
We got a tour of the back of everything. So, all right. So with their lights and stuff in the back of that place what controller was it?
I can hear controller, Raspberry Pis.
Adrenos and Raspberry Pis, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
That's a Nash special.
Might have just been Pi hats. I'm not entirely sure.
But... Yeah, that's cool though.
Yeah.
I know he put a bunch of lights in there. So yeah. What was the coolest thing you saw in there? Because I'm sure you've been there before, or was this the first trip?
We got to go last year. So I've been 3 times, including the one downtown, but they had this, it was like a jellyfish upside down kind of thing with fiber optics coming down. I thought that was really cool. Trying to figure out what they used to make it, because it's almost all recycled stuff, or secondhand. People just donate stuff, so then artists make whatever they want. So
that's cool. Yeah, no, when the downtown one was pretty cool.
Yeah,
it was very interesting. Like that, all the projectors.
Yeah, they still have that, and I guess their sensors aren't quite working. So you can wave a little bit and it'll start messing up, but nothing like it's supposed to do. So,
very cool. So was that the last thing you guys did as an official Utah Mini?
That was it. Yep.
Did the crazy wind show up?
No.
No.
That was pretty epic.
Not this year.
That was the craziest weather wind I've ever been in my life.
I remember watching videos, seeing it last year with the wind when the wind kicked up.
Yeah, we were sitting in. We went to that Mexican restaurant. We were sitting in there, and we went outside, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go back inside. This is crazy." So that's all for the Utah Mini, right? We covered everything.
Yeah. I learned a few things about Utah that I found very interesting. That you can only buy alcohol in state-run liquor stores, and there's only 3 in the entire state.
3?
3. Is that right, Zane?
I don't drink, so I'm not entirely sure, but I think there's more than that.
Oh, okay. I was told there was only 3 as we were sitting in front of the one of 3.
Oh,
So I'll have to ask Jordan and see.
they are spread out, but kind of every other city kind of a thing. But
because Jordan would know where the alcohol is in Utah. Jordan could barely tell you where a Mountain Dew is in Utah. Okay. Gosh, Brian.
No, I don't want to say nothing, so I won't.
We did have a great raffle, so appreciate all the vendors that supported us with that.
There was, what did he say, over $15,000 in prizes that was donated to the Utah Mini?
Yeah, 2 shirts and a hat short of $20,000.
Yeah,
in prizes. So,
and they went through.
It was awesome.
Everybody, most, I'd say 97, 98% of people got stuff twice.
Yep.
Wow, that's good.
So,
like, because I know I send stuff to minis for like people to get stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my biggest thing is like, I want the new guy to win the cool.
Jordan. Hey! Said that because I won a K40 and I gave that to a new guy. And
How
I
is
won,
that? Oh, okay. You gave it
and
to
I
a
won
new guy.
500 pixels and I gave them to another new guy. So,
good job, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't taken a prize at a mini in 6 years. Because it's, I don't know. Even before I had Matto's Designs, I was like, I already have everything I need. And I won like a Falcon F-16 at Tom Bettendorf's house from Ricky at one of the minis. And I was like, oh, just draw another ticket. And Tom was like, you sure? I was like, I already have like all my controllers. Like, I probably could have used it, but
yeah, of course.
I was like, there's new people and new people should get stuff. That's why I love it. Cause I know like the Utah Mini, you get 1 ticket when you go in, right? Or you get your 1 name for entry into the wheel. Cause I think Jordan gets fancy with it.
Now, Zane. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, well, Zane made out because he brought his daughters with him. So he made out like a man. He got all kinds of sequences. What do you get? You got a stack of stuff.
My daughter won 2 sequences. The other daughter won Frosty the Snowman coral hat, top hat, and server power supply. And I won a gift certificate to Gilbert Engineering.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it was
very cool.
It was awesome.
So everybody gave stuff. That's cool. I like it
Yeah.
to do that. But yeah, I like minis a lot. That just everybody who goes gets 1 chance to win something. And then like if they sell tickets, like I can't give them more. I can't even give them prizes if they sell tickets because stupid California rules. But like even without that, I don't like that because like I feel like the people that could buy more tickets don't need to win the stuff.
Yeah.
Like the people that didn't buy more tickets are the ones that need the cool stuff to make their shows better. The guy that went and bought $500 of tickets, he literally just gambled that $500 and possibly winning something. He's not the one that needs to win the stuff. You know, the people that can't buy the tickets need to win the stuff. So that's always my thing. If you're planning a mini, that's my opinion. You could do what you want, but I'm just saying it's better to have the people who need it get the stuff than the guy who obviously could afford it get the stuff, you know?
Yeah. And I agree 100%.
Grow the community, you know?
Yep. That guy that's scratching his head, where am I going to get another 500 or 1,000 pixels? So Yeah.
So I really like it when minis do that. And I always try to support as much as we can. I want everybody to go home with one thing. So I try as best we can to give as much as we can. So hopefully everybody can go home with something. So,
Yeah.
and I hope everybody else does the same. Help the minis, let people enjoy it. So
I like your idea, the grab bag. So it was a little
yep.
mysterious what you're gonna win. So a lot of people were like, "What's in it? What's in it?" So that was awesome.
Yeah, we started doing that because stuff wasn't making it into the raffle. And that defeats the purpose of me giving stuff. So now everything comes in the mystery bag, and you don't know what you get until you open it, the person that wins it. So,
yeah, it stays sealed.
Yeah. And I also do some stuff that I feel bad sometimes, but sometimes people will get a mystery bag that's just some mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, please.
Because if for some reason somebody did sell tickets to win my prizes, they would really look bad if somebody just spent money for mac and cheese.
They would be furious.
But yeah, so they're real mystery bags. You really don't know what you're getting. So sometimes it's awesome stuff. I think I threw in some pretty good stuff for Utah.
Yep.
But I also
figured out one of them was the dragon tester. I think I got that one, but the other ones I couldn't figure out.
Yeah, usually I put the testers in a box and then throw them in there so you can't feel the power supply. But I was doing 4 minis all at once, and a couple of them had to go fast air shipping because I forgot to send them. So the mystery bags were a super mystery on who got what, because I was just filling bags and then dividing them up into boxes, being like, okay, Utah usually gets more people, so they'll get one more thing. And then I was like, oh, James should get a lot of people at his mini, so here's that. So I had no clue out of I think we sent them to 4 minis, right?
Yeah.
I had no clue who got what, because I was just throwing them on the table, and then so I hope nobody just got testers. That would suck.
Well, you had 2 different size bags. You had the small bag and then the bigger bag.
Dime bag of pixie dust.
They were calling them small and large, unless it was what was inside the bag was smaller and larger. So yeah.
One of them had 2 boxes of something. They weren't big enough to be pixels. Maybe some kind of mount or something.
Either they were mounts or spiker tees. I think those are the smaller boxes that I was throwing stuff in.
Are you taking them out of inventory when you do that, so my stuff isn't jacked up?
No. Not at all.
Send me a list tomorrow.
You would probably freak out how I pick stuff for minis.
Oh my god.
Be like, oh, this looks good.
That's why I gotta send you messages. Hey man, how many of these do we have left?
Yeah, well, me stealing some for minis
is a good thing.
Is compared to
sending the wrong stuff.
Oh, Adrian just sending random stuff to random people.
Adrian. Yeah.
Good thing he doesn't listen to the podcast, because this is my employee at the shop in San Jose that shows up every day. Well, it's supposed to show up every day. That packs boxes. So if you get the wrong stuff, it's Adrian's fault, and I'm sorry.
And I'll hear about it.
And it's hard to get good people. So
that's
anything else about the mini you guys want to talk about?
Appreciate the support. I didn't count how many vendors there were, but everyone I contacted, we split it up. So each of the committee members kind of took a handful of them. Everyone that I reached out to was totally willing, sent a bunch of stuff. It was awesome. So
cool.
Appreciate everyone out there.
That's good. Everybody supporting the minis. That's what grows it and makes it easier for people, is having the minis and those people in the community. So it's good.
Yeah. And the committee members themselves that did all the legwork for it, did an amazing job. I mean, it was between Friday night setup and the Saturday morning, getting everybody situated in there and everything was just, it was awesome. Those guys did an absolutely awesome job getting it all set up. The venue had a lot to do with it, but all the legwork that they did, definitely round of applause for those guys, Zane, you included. They did a really good job. So,
well,
The newbie
Utah always
under-
does a good job. I'm just saying, you guys are really good at what you do. And then I felt bad when we first got on here, and I was like, I think I met Zane, right? And then because Brian, again, with his horrible memory, was like, oh yeah, I got Zane. It's like his second year. I'm like, you sure? Right? And then now we're talking. I'm like, no, I remember we did all this stuff when I was there. Like we went to Mod Pizza. We did, I was like, yeah, Brian.
I know I'm terrible.
Ruined me for
Even with total short-term memory loss.
Because I had to go. And Zane, I do apologize because my memory is about as long as my pinky toe.
How adorable is the pinky toe?
Put your name on the text message that you sent me when I gave you your phone number, because it was like, is it Lane? Is it Lance? No, God, it's not. Definitely not Lance. It's so.
Well, as a snowflake, I have to say I am offended by your statement.
I am so sorry for Brian, but
I'm terrible.
That is why we're professional triers, because
we are.
One of us is a professional, the other one's trying. No, I'm just
I have my
Jordan. Hey!
So
we love you both. So it's great. It's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Zane.
And I am going to do everything I can to be there next year. Please try to stay away from August 3rd, like the closest weekend to that. Just saying. Can't move my daughter's birthday. And it's also like tomorrow is my wedding anniversary.
Parties, weddings,
Right,
anniversaries.
And then
nice. Well, happy anniversary. How many years?
The anniversary.
It's 8 years.
8 years.
My daughter's 7. I got this. This is easy.
Awesome.
She was born exactly a year later, the day we were in the hospital for our wedding, our first wedding anniversary. So yeah, if you could stay away from that third closest weekend, I definitely will always be there.
Yeah, I definitely want to go back next year. It was definitely a very good time.
No, Utah people are fun.
Yeah.
Like they may not drink, but they're fun.
Oh yeah.
Don't drink the water, he peed in it.
Make sure you go to other things besides minis. Minis are awesome, but you only get that one day of stuff. Florida puts on a pretty good multi-day event. It is the Florida Mega Mini. Got to make sure I call it right or I'm going to get called out. And then next, 2 weeks away? We have the SoCal. It's still a one-day event.
Well, this coming weekend, depending on when this airs, August 5th is the Carolinas Mini.
But that's
Robert
a one
Petty
day still, right?
That is a one day, yeah.
So it's still considered a full-on mini.
Yeah.
SoCal's still a mini, and then isn't there another one coming up that we sent stuff to?
The MAA Mid-Atlantic. Steve, where you at, buddy? We just sent him stuff. Mid-Atlantic. Oh my, yeah. MAA LG, Mid-Atlantic something lighting group.
All right. So Brian will put it in the comments, the actual other mini that's coming up.
I get a headache now.
I think this coming weekend, right?
Who? What?
Okay. So it will all be in the comments on when the next mini is there. Other multi-event things to go to is Expo in July. We had a great time this year there. Mm-hmm. And Transworld is awesome if you want to get your mind blown.
Yeah.
Like it is very awesome. It's fun. I have a great time the week we spend in St. Louis every year.
Yeah.
It is amazing. I think everybody should do it once for sure, at least.
Yeah.
But it's also like huge. Like you're going to see price tags in there and go, what? That's my whole display and you want it for a Christmas tree? So it's cool though. You got to at least see it once. And then I think that's everything. And then well, the mini at sea, that's a multi-day thing because we literally stick you on a boat with us and you're stuck. You can't leave. So you have to hang out with us multiple days. But as planned, I think we're going to do the mini just on one day and maybe do some like event things to hang out together if you want to. So that is coming up in June. You could book your room now if you can. I should know more about this, but I'm pulling a Brian on this because I can't remember. But
I think you get it if you
it's in
book
June. We're leaving out
earlier.
of Florida. We're going for 5 days. On like a fancy Royal Caribbean ship. Matt Eckel says it's really nice, and he's like the Royal Caribbean cruise.
It's bigger than the Navigator that we took down to Mexico. I can't remember the name of it. I do remember that. That it's bigger.
Yeah, I should, being one of the guys who organizes, I should know everything, but I don't. So, but yeah, there's also that coming up, and I'm sure there's a bunch more minis. Wired Watts does a really cool job of having a calendar of all the minis. Go to his website, check out his list of minis. He'll also tell you if he's going to be there. So if you wanted to avoid it, I don't know. No. No, Ken's awesome. I love him. He apparently used to have the name Sasquatch as his nickname.
Hi, Sasquatch.
What about that?
He was a little upset that I trademarked that. So sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know if I should say the quote that he said to me, but
I'm gonna get the not safe for Jordan ready. Are you ready?
Oh no, it was clean. It was clean. It just the reason why he was called Sasquatch back in, I guess, high school or college. So yeah.
Wow, that was a great story, Brian.
All right.
Gosh.
He doesn't listen. I should just say it.
No?
Nah, we better not. Not without his permission. So
yeah. And how do you know he doesn't listen?
Nobody listens to us.
There's 5 people that listen pretty regularly.
Okay.
Actually, I was surprised.
Zane listens to us.
But yeah, because he was catching up to figure out what the
no. I mean before.
When we posted last week for the first time in like, I don't know, months.
A year.
No, it wasn't a year.
Year and a half.
But we had the first day, within like the few first hours, we had 22 people at least watch the YouTube video enough for it to show that 22 people watched it. So
nice.
So I'm assuming 15 people watched it. Brian probably started it and then stopped it because he forgot what he was doing. So
I watched it
who
one
knows?
time.
The whole 22, it could be 2 people watched it and Brian watched it 20 times.
I don't even think I put a like on it. What? I guess I need to go in and put a like on it.
Like your own picture?
No, I'm not that. No, I've never liked one of my own posts unless I thought it was
Jordan. Hey!
So you have. I never, but I have.
Maybe once. All
right, I'm sorry, Zane. We are literally living up to the name of this show. So, but yes, and we will definitely have you on again and totally go through your display. Sorry, the first time we actually have you on this show is just to talk about the event that you helped put on, but it was a good event and we need to tell people about it because people need to go to minis and people need to experience that they're not the only one that is as dorky as you are.
You're goofy looking. Yeah.
I've realized David for years have been telling me I'm a nerd, and I am kind of the coolest one I try to be, but I am kind of. When going to these events and seeing everybody else that puts out an extremely amount of Christmas lights and thinks about them all year makes you feel better. It makes you feel like, oh, there's more people like us. I'm not crazy. I like to bring my wife to these things and be like, see, I'm not crazy. Look it, there's more of us.
It's not just me.
Yeah. But yeah, so thank you for helping put on the Utah Mini. I appreciate everybody that does that. I've actually thinking that I should make prize bags for the people that put on the event, just for putting on the event. got to figure that out. Make it something special. And then have regular prizes for everybody else. So
Yeah.
I did. I don't have it with me. I made a little thermal flask to give everyone in the committee this year. Just I was thinking about doing a T-shirt, but Jordan poo-pooed on that. He's like, I have 1,000 T-shirts in my closet I'll never wear ever again.
Well,
and I was like, well, I'm
Yeah,
not
but they're
gonna
all
waste
like
my
extra
time to do that.
small.
So I did a little mug. I don't know where it is, but anyway,
it's okay.
it was
You're
pretty
more
cool.
prepared than Brian was for this, so that we don't see.
That's not saying much.
Man, making me think. Oh, like I got Adrian and I got Brian. Like,
is it time to go?
Hey,
Look at the time.
Yeah. But yes, thank you, Zane. I appreciate it. And go to a mini, have fun at it, and thank you for the 5 people that listened all the way to the end. Really appreciate it.
Put a like on it, would you? Subscribe so we get 6 or 7.
No, I think we have 100 subscribers.
Oh, do we?
I think so.
Get out.
Yeah.
I might have to look.
All right. So see you guys next week-ish, hopefully.
Ish.
So, we're trying to do this weekly-ish.
Yeah.
So
trying. All right. Thanks, Zane, again. Appreciate it, buddy.
Really appreciate it. Later.
Thank you.